John Lusker of Lusker Archery Adventures. Series testing, successful hunting. I've got another cool broadhead to test here today. It's a modification of one that I tested a couple of years ago and then again last year. And now they've come out with a new model that I've been really wanting to test. And it's another head by Wedgehead, by EL&B Outdoors. And this one's called the Twisted Wedgehead. Okay, it's like single bevel, twisted, extra to produce incredible rotation and wound channel and yada yada yada. I mean, it really looks wicked cool. So to test it, I'm going to be using my regimen for 2026. And for a detailed description of that, please check out the video that I posted earlier this year called 2026 Broadhead Test Process. And it'll walk you through all the different ins and outs of my testing. I'm in a new place. I've got a lot of new tests that I've been doing, a lot of tweaks. And so please check it out so you can get caught up to speed. I don't have to keep repeating myself when I do each broadhead test. And I'm going to be using my Elite Eon Compound bow for most of the shooting. For the crossbow shooting, I'm using mostly my Ravin LR crossbow, super high speed. And then for all the arrows, I'm using Bishop Archery arrows. Let's zoom in here, check out this Twisted Wedgehead, and then put it to the test. Here's a good look at the Twisted Wedgehead, and I appreciate my buddy Jason Wells donating a pack of these. These are the 150 grain model right here. Now let's start with the materials. It's machined, and this is the M series, the machine series. The first iteration of wedgeheads that came out were not machined. I believe they are metal injected molded, MIM, but these are machined, and so the M series means the machined, and so this is 150 M Twisted Wedgehead. So the materials, it's machined out of 1045, which is a premium high carbon steel, brought to a Rockwell hardness of 52, which is a good balance of hardness as well as ease of resharpening. In terms of the dimensions, it's got such cool dimensions to it. The diameter, the width like this, the maximum diameter is 1 1/4 inches. So nice wide cut. And then it's got this wedge that functions like a bleeder, and that is 3/4 of an inch. So total cut of 2 inches there. Then in addition to that, its thickness is really something to note. And I don't know how much you can really see it here, but at the front, it's wedged in the thickness. Okay, it's wedged like this. Obviously, you can see that wedged like this, but the thickness is also wedged. At the front, it's like 0.90 inches thick, which is really thick, or 0.090 inches thick, which is really thick. But then by the back, it's 0.13 inches thick. So it's wedged like that, which is truly the application of what Ashby talks about in the mechanical advantage. It's a real wedge in this way, not cutting. Cutting is not a wedge, but this way it's prying bone apart. So it's designed to do that. Then in addition to that incredible thickness and that wedge going in all those different directions, it's got this single bevel, and I think it's a 40-degree angle, but I could be wrong there. It's I don't know, between 30 and 40, but it's got a good single bevel to that, and a single bevel on the on this bleeder wedge as well. But then in addition to that, to aid in the rotation, it also has a 3-degree twist to it. And you can kind of see it there. It's hard to get it all lined up right. But there's a 3-degree twist to the ferrule and the blades, the bevel and the blades. So that's just going to amplify the rotation that single bevel design also creates. So that's why it's called a Twisted Wedgehead. I mean, there is so much going on here. And then you can also see that this is the solid, non-vented model to make it a bit more durable and a bit more quiet in flight. Now at this time, the bevels are only in the right beveling because that's the most requested. But if they continue to sell well and you support them, then I'm sure they'll come out with left bevels, or I imagine they'll come out with left bevels in the future. And one cool thing about these broadheads is they're 100% designed, constructed, made in the USA. I tell you, there's so much good about this broadhead, and I've used the regular Wedgehead in the field, and it's performed extremely well. Took a really nice hog with one, had to thread the needle, flew really well, penetrated well, incredible damage. I am super eager to try this Twisted one because I think it's going to be even better. But I wish more people knew about this Broadhead. It's not made by a big manufacturer. It's just like a dude, and really cool dude too. Corey Meadows does a fantastic job with it with EL&B Outdoors. But I just wish more people knew about it because, man, this is a design that's really worth putting to practice and worth supporting. So hopefully that'll happen in the future. Now, the price of this comes out at $25 per head, but you can use my discount code LUSK10 and save 10% off that price on their website. Really looking forward to testing this Twisted Wedgehead and see how it performs. With my Elite compound bow, it got the 10 ring. And with my Ravin crossbow, it got the 9 ring. It took 179 grams of force to cut through the wire, which is a 10 on a 10-point scale, plus a proportional bonus of 0.21 points for being under the threshold of 200. It penetrated 7.5 inches. It took an additional 73 grams of force to cut through the wire, which is an 8.54 on a 10-point scale. It penetrated through 53 layers, which is a 7.57 on a 10-point scale. And that's actually really good for all the cutting that's going on and for the way the blades flare out so quickly. Wow, it rotated 100 degrees at 11 inches. It's in pristine condition after the 3 shots through the MDF. And it's still in excellent condition after the 2 shots through the steel plate. There's the tiniest bit of edge chatter. It's going to get docked for it just a little bit. And man, check out these holes. These are just impressive holes. It gives a glimpse of what the wound channel is going to be like. You can see how thick the blades are. And then you see the S-cut of a good single bevel blade in all 4 of the cuts going on there. Just really a nice wound channel that's going to be difficult to close up. Here's the Wedgehead twist after all the durability tests and through the MDF is like child's play, held up perfectly well through the steel plate, held up perfectly well. There was a tiniest little nick in one of the blades that I had to dock it a tiny bit for, but really that was just, I mean, just because I got to be fair. But then into the cinder block, it held together really well, except that you see it got a little bit of chatter there. And get my finger out of the way. You can see the chatter. And that's just because of that single bevel and because of the extreme rotation that it's getting into the cinder block. It doesn't just go straight in. It's really trying to twist in there. And that's what causes that chatter. But that wouldn't be the case in an animal. That's just in cinder block. But really impressive durability overall. So what'd you think? Man, this is a great Broadhead, okay? I wish more people knew about this Broadhead. It's one of the things I love about my channel is I can let people know what's out there, and this is one of those that, man, I just wish more people knew about, or some big company would offer to buy this guy out. I don't even know if he'd want to do it, but man, this is a really good Broadhead. All of his stuff is. So it got a really high score too. You check out the score sheet and see how it performed in the areas that matter to you the most, and see if it might be a good fit for you and your hunting needs. And stay tuned for the overall cumulative score, as well as the corresponding LUSK grade. And also stay tuned for a list of all the discount codes I can offer just to help you save some money, like Wedgehead. Wedgehead Broadheads, you use the discount code LUSK10, LUSK10, and you save 10% on any order. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you next time.